Well, hello there. So you may or may not have noticed that I was away from YouTube for about 3 months, and that was because I was doing an internship in Tokyo, Japan. It's been about a month since I've been back, and I've wanted to document the trip. I've wanted to make a couple of videos regarding the trip, but I just never got around to doing it. I don't know why. I tried making our first 24 hours in Tokyo kind of video, as well as a cover that wasn't good enough to post. And after those two failed, I wanted to just post a quick update like, hey, I'm not dead kind of video, but that also failed. I feel like I might regret if I look back and I realize that I didn't document the trip. So this video is just gonna be me trying to bring you through some parts of my trip, as well as just sharing the experience of living away for a while. I don't really have much footage because I didn't really plan to film or make anything, which is really bad. But yeah, I'm just gonna dig out whatever I have and hopefully it's good. Okay, so I've waited 8 years to go to Japan. I don't know why, but my family just didn't go to Japan for any holiday, so I've never been there. So I was really excited to finally get there. And once I got off the plane, I was crazy excited and everything was great. Yeah, everything was great. I even filmed my first holiday experience because I was just that excited. I mean, if you've been there, then I guess you know what I'm talking about, because it's so hard to sum up Japan in a few words just because everything is so cool and yeah, okay. This entire experience was my first living alone, kind of independent, kind of lifestyle experience. Yeah, with my intern and friend Denise. So there were many things that we had to get used to, especially in a foreign country. For one, we had to start recycling religiously, which is something we're not used to doing in Singapore. We also had to look out for the train signs on the way to work so we don't take the wrong train to the other side of Japan by accident. We realized that grocery shopping was a huge part of Japan, and I loved it. The Japanese companies are unbeatable. Some of my personal favorites are Gari Gari Kun. They have many flavors of ice cream. This certain brand of milk pudding, as well as this salty lychee drink. Yeah, really good. But throughout the entire grocery shopping and convenience experience, I really had to hold back. I had to hold myself back from buying snacks every day. Otherwise, I would honestly be a broke asshole. Well, aside from all the design work I've been doing in my internship, I've met a lot of great people there. I've learned a lot of Japanese from the Japanese friends I've made there, and also many different things from the international people I've met there. Being in Singapore is great and all, but you've been in the same place all your life and then suddenly you meet people who have been living in so many places all throughout their lives, and they're so fluently bilingual or even trilingual, and I'm just yeah, so it's just really exciting to hear how things are so different on the other side of the world. This trip also meant that I had my first National Day outside of Singapore. I'm not the most patriotic person ever, but just being overseas kind of does something to you. I love so many parts of Japan, and I've come to learn that there are things in Singapore that I really do take for granted that I've learned to love. For one, I really came to appreciate designated smoking areas. Because if you're not a smoker, and you're not used to the smell of smoke, and you've been to a pachinko place, then yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It's just I also found out that everyone except Singaporeans think that Singlish is cool. I never thought about this. I never knew how difficult it was to explain a Singlish phrase. How am I supposed to explain sia? There was once in the office, I remember that they were talking about some event in Japanese and stuff. I shouted damn loudly "Walao eh, bochio!" And then the people around me, my colleagues in the office, were laughing. I was just laughing along, playing dumb, Then I realized they were laughing because they had no freaking idea what I just said. I didn't even think about that. How could people know? Yeah, I guess in many senses, I've learned a lot of things, not to take our Singlish for granted. Yeah, but yeah, Singlish is cool. I got it now. Another big part of this trip was missing my friends and family. I know this seems like a very normal and cliche thing, but I'm not a very I don't know, I'm more of a free spirit in a sense. But I learned that it's really the people that make a place feel like home. My ex-roommate and I went through a bit of a rough patch, and when I say rough patch, I mean like I'm sugarcoating it. But yeah, I mean, people are different. You can't expect everyone to be your type. We gotta live with it, right? Yeah, not so everything can't be smooth sailing, but I guess every experience, there's something to learn from every experience, whether it's good or bad. We got this really pretty and small apartment, this studio apartment. I think we paid a bit more than what was expected, but yeah, it was a really pretty place and we had everything that we needed. Nice neighborhood. So I'm just gonna bring you through a little room tour. Here you go. Lastly, I think I'm really just so happy I got this opportunity to also improve my Japanese. Like, I've learned so much more than just what I've learned in classes, you know. Like, it's completely fine if you make mistakes because people teach you and they're like so nice to come and help you. And I'm just like, thank you. Every morning outside of our apartment, there's this cleaner, Oji-san, and he will tell us like, or he'll say to us, "Itarashai" when we leave for work, and then I was just like, oh my god, "Itekimasu," you know, like weep. A small thing that I could never imagine myself doing. It's become a normal kind of thing. I'm just like, And when you enter the office, you gotta say "Ohayo gozaimasu," and everyone says "Ohayo gozaimasu." And when you leave the office, you say "Otsukare-sama desu," which is like thank you for the good work and thank you for your hard work. And everyone says it back, and you're just like, it makes me very happy. Like, I can't wait to go back and learn so much more. I also miss a lot of people there in Japan, so I can't wait to go back and visit my friends. Yeah, that will be what I'm most looking forward to. Yeah, I'm not sure how accurate my Japanese is now, but 早く戻りたいと思う. So yeah, I guess that's what I got out of the trip. This video might seem a little bit different from the stuff that I've usually done, but yeah, I thought it would be a good thing to kind of just document it for what it was. I also spent a lot of money on shopping, if you guys are wondering. I bought a lot of things, spent a lot of money, but yeah, I may or may not do a haul video depending on my mood, but yeah, in case you guys are wondering how much money I spent a lot. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one real soon. Bye.